Okay, let's talk about the problem with entrepreneurs, or should I say, some of the flaws that I notice many entrepreneurs have, especially if you got what it takes to succeed in entrepreneurship. Okay, so many of us, we prioritize so many things above others in order to get ahead in entrepreneurship specifically, right? Because of course it comes with sacrifice. The only way to really advance as an entrepreneur is to trade off some things for other things, right? It's entrepreneurship. Literally, if you break that word down, it means one who takes risks. Okay, so what I notice is a lot of the time, people who invest into that lifestyle, life path of being an entrepreneur, we might do some stuff that makes a lot of sense for our business, but it doesn't make any sense at all for our personal lives. So it's very easy for somebody to prioritize their business or their life, as far as their like material life, over their relationships. Okay, so I'll give you an example, right? Personally, me, these are some of the biggest things that I realized I got to get better about, is that I got really good at detaching from people and cutting people off and staying focused on whatever it is that I'm building. So, you know, my businesses. I got really good at not even feeling the emotions that might be like, you know, beneficial for the long-term benefit, because I'm putting them to the side. I got really good at putting my emotions to the side for the sake of business, because it's necessary. In order to be good at business, you have to be able to remove your emotions from your decision making, because otherwise your emotional thinking can implode you. It can make you destroy your business if you try to act off of emotion rather than what actually makes sense for your business. So I decided, consciously or unconsciously, I was gonna make sure that I never let my emotions get in the way of my business. Okay, cool, that's a good thing for the business. But what I realized is, I started to experience, and I also realized a lot of other people experience, a sense of loneliness that comes along with it that people don't talk about. So it's so many people who got a lot of material stuff. They got the business is worked out. They done figured out how to get to the money. Cool. They got the businesses going. They got the following, you know, whatever it comes with. They got the material stuff, but they got these voids that they haven't fulfilled. And it's so many people, especially multimillionaires and billionaires, they missed the point of life because they were so caught up in getting rich and being successful and getting revenge success and proving all of those people who doubted them in their childhood wrong and shitting on their exes, or, you know, whatever it is that motivated them. All of that is what got them to where they were able to succeed in entrepreneurship, but they be complete failures in their social life, complete failures in their romantic life. So for me, I had to learn these lessons on a small scale. I didn't do too many things that really made it like to where I destroyed my social life or my family life or anything like that, because I was able to learn like very quickly and early in my life and my career, or should I say careers, because that's the thing, like, because a lot of the time as an entrepreneur, we have so many ideas. It's not just one thing that we do. It's not just two things. And there's also another thing that I want to get into, is that a lot of entrepreneurs who don't succeed, the reason why they don't is because they have not developed the ability to focus long enough and concentrate long enough and invest long term into what they believe in. Because so many people, they put themselves on a time limit. They put themselves on some sort of like limitation that really doesn't even need to be there. It's just like an optional thing. Bro, you got to have the utmost patience when you have a dream that you're trying to make come true. You can't be that person in there like, oh yeah, if I don't get it by this time, then I'm gonna stop. Like, no, you can't be that person. You got to be all in long term. And it ain't no question of if it's gonna work. It's a matter of when it's gonna work, or when you're gonna start getting the results that you want. You can't be that person who's like doubtful or impatient and all that stuff. You just gotta go on the journey. Just go down the path. It don't matter how long it takes you, because all you gonna realize once you actually do succeed in something, you're gonna realize that you're bored now and you need something else to pursue. So go ahead and give yourself a big goal that's gonna take a long time to get there. It's way more rewarding, and it gives you something to do here, because this is another thing that people don't realize, bruh. once you actually got it for real, it gets depressing. You ever hear some people say it's lonely at the top, or that's why success is the enemy and stuff like that? Bro, the reason why people say that is because once you get to it, your sense of purpose is dissolved, and you have to completely evolve as far as what you prioritize in life. A lot of people screwed up because they told themselves that once they get the money, they'll be happy. Bro, that's not how this works. It ain't no one thing that's gonna take care of you and keep you happy long term. That's not how life works. We're very complex souls. It's gonna take way more than just one event to make your whole life a happy life. It takes a lot of good decisions. It takes a lot of good things where you turn down the bad things and accepted the good things, and also accepted the fact that some things are just simply gonna be challenging, but you accept the challenges and you just go with it. Bro, it's so important to challenge yourself, especially if you have what it takes to succeed in entrepreneurship, because very easily you can get desensitized to the material stuff. All of a sudden you might find yourself with millions and millions of dollars, and you're trying to fulfill all of this void, all this emptiness that you got with material things by buying another car, buying some more stuff. Bro, it's not gonna actually soothe you, because these things cannot substitute the other things that you need in life. The material stuff is just one thing. Once you know how to pay your bills, that's just one thing that needs to be taken care of in order to take care of your life, bro. You have to be taken care of emotionally, and I'm talking about at the core of who you are. You need to be taking good care of yourself. And the only way to know if you're actually doing so is for you to continuously be pursuing something. If you don't have something on your to-do list all the time that you're getting better at day after day after day, you're gonna get depressed. You're gonna get bored. You're not gonna feel productive. Even if you've been wildly successful early in your career or at any point, it's like life always has its ups and its downs. It's never just gonna be, oh, I got my big break and now I'm happy forever. Bro, that's not how human psychology works. No, the more you achieve, the harder it is to impress you. That's just how this goes. The more you obtain, the less sensitive you are to when you actually get something new. So you have to make sure that you're not just putting your value on the material stuff. You have to make sure that you have to recognize the value is in the pursuit of the goal. It's not the achievement of the goals. I promise you that. Anytime that you think about the idea of having something, that's going to feel better than when you actually got it in real life. Once you got it in real life, it's a bittersweet moment, because now I don't even know what else I'm going to pursue, but also my new dream has been fulfilled. So that's a good thing. But now that also means that it died, because now it's not a dream anymore. It's my reality. It's something to get used to. It's my new normal. You get where I'm coming from? So the biggest thing is to make sure that you create that balance. You have to have that balance between having a good social life, not burning all your bridges, not sacrificing your relationships or all of your relationships just to get to the money. You know, some people stab people in the back just to get to it. Some people, they'll steal, they'll freaking hurt other people. They'll actually create something that takes from other people just to benefit themselves. You know, some people are scammers and all type of shit, bro. You can't be one of those people and expect to actually ultimately end up happy in life. You have to bring value to other people's lives in order to feel like a productive person, because you cannot escape your soul. You cannot escape who you are at its core. And everybody is connected, whether you like it or not. So it doesn't matter if you succeeded, because if you're not surrounded by people who are succeeding, you still ain't shit. Like, bro, you still are not really that great of a person, because a great person is able to make others around them great also. Or should I say, bring the greatness out of them, because everybody's already got greatness within them. It's just a matter of actually like molding it. But the biggest thing I want you to recognize, if you just so happen to be somebody who has an entrepreneurial dream, you have to make sure that you got discipline over everything. You have to make sure that every day you sticking to that junk. You also need to know when to take a break. So I don't mean literally every day, but you have to be willing to do what it takes day after day after day after day and outwork people who got regular jobs. It's not easy to make it in entrepreneurship, but that's why it's so rewarding, because once you get to the freaking top of the mountain, you realize, holy crap, I achieved way more than most people ever would. And it's simply because you had the freaking courage to actually stick with it. Yeah, it's gonna have highs and lows. You're gonna have to take risk and get used to it. You're gonna take losses too. Don't forget, you gonna lose. In entrepreneurship, you're gonna lose sometimes. You're gonna lose some money, you're gonna fail, you're gonna maybe even your company might get sued sometimes. All type of wild stuff can happen, bro. You could lose assets, you could be up millions and then lose millions and go flat broke again. It happens sometimes, bro. So you really gotta acknowledge, like, is this really for you as an entrepreneur? And I'm talking to entrepreneurs on all levels, because some people, they might have been doing it for a while, but they might still just not feel like they are secure in who they are. Because that's the thing, a lot of the time people try to fulfill their insecurities with material things like jewelry and clothes and cars and flashy stuff, thinking that's gonna make them a cooler person. You know, some people get a fake body, you might get fake titties, fake teeth, fake butt, you know, all type of stuff, fake hair, whatever. Bro, none of that stuff, none of this material stuff is going to actually fix your internal struggles, your internal problems, your identity problems, your daddy issues, your mommy issues, your childhood traumas, the fact that you got bullied, the fact that you don't like who you see in the mirror, etc. You have to face all of that stuff at its core. You have to tackle all that shit at the root. And that's why, of course, I'm talking spirituality on this channel, because you have to get to know yourself truly. Because if you're one of those people who think that you're going to be happy once you get to 1 million followers, or once you get to $1 million or something like that, you are sadly mistaken by how this world works. Because there is no one thing that makes me happy type of thing. Like, that's not real. It hasn't happened your whole life, and it's not finna ever happen. Some people be like, I'm gonna be happy once I find my husband or my wife. Bro, one thing ain't gonna do it. Bro, it's not that. You always get used to what you have. You could get the biggest, greatest, most beautiful, opulent thing, and a week later, you used to seeing it sitting there. That's just how we are. That's how we operate. So always make sure you got something that you're working towards. Always, especially if you've achieved a lot in life. Because otherwise, you just might end up another one of those rich people, wealthy people who are addicted to drugs, trying to feel something, or might end up suicidal or something like that, bro. Have you noticed how many multimillionaires have killed themselves? I feel like people don't even acknowledge it though. Like, bro, it's so lonely at the top. It's so many people who do not feel fulfilled once they get there because they did it wrong. So let me tell you how to do it right. It's as simple as this. Make sure you always got something you're working on. AKA, give yourself a lot of goals to achieve. That's short-term and long-term. Write them down, map them out, create a roadmap. Be okay with if it takes way longer than you thought it would. It don't matter how long it takes. Really, you want it to take a long time, because then you'll always have something to do. You'll have something to do for a long, long time. That's a good thing, bro. Okay? And make sure you don't neglect your love life and your relationships and the true friends that you might have come across, because it ain't many of them. It's so rare to actually come across somebody you got real chemistry with. So don't burn no bridges if you don't have to, bro. If they proven that they don't deserve you in their life, that's cool. All right, get them out of here. If they mistreat you consistently or something like that, yeah, get them out of here. If somebody just made a mistake every once in a while, that's completely normal, though. If you love them, you know you ain't gonna never stop. So make sure you let them know that you love them. All that type of stuff, like value your relationships, bro. I'm talking about family relationships. I'm talking about friends and your business relationships. But make sure you don't prioritize anything over your relationship with yourself. Make sure that you're not ignoring who you are and what you need. And if you need to go to counseling, get your ass to counseling. Figure out how to get there, even if you don't pay for it. If you need some spiritual life coaching, hit me up. That's what I'm here for. When it comes to counseling and getting advice and all type of stuff like that, somebody like me is exactly who you might need to talk to. Bro, you got to be willing to invest in yourself with your time and your money. So I'm talking about, make sure you're investing in your education. Your relationship with yourself go deep. You always need to be learning something new. You always need to be investing into something for yourself that's going to benefit the new you later, like the long-term versions of you. You can't always be just trying to satisfy me right now, me right now. That's what people do a lot of time when they be drinking a lot, smoking a lot, you know, having too much sex, even like interacting with strangers and fake friends and all type of wild stuff like that. They just trying to feel something right now. They trying to feel something today. Bro, that's not gonna actually get you the fulfillment you want. And that's all that I talk about on this channel, is like all of the pieces of the puzzle to put together in order to get to know yourself well enough to be able to go to sleep happy at night. Go to bed and you be like, yeah, I'm really glad that I chose this route in life, and that I'm not a sellout, or that I didn't ignore all of the things that I really need to experience as a soul. So Let me know what you think about that. Click the thumbs up button, leave me a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Holla!